What did you have to live without that others took for granted? Water. For 11 months, I had no running water in my house, and nobody knew except my family. From the outside, our house looked normal. White fence, decent yard, mailbox that wasn't falling over. But inside, turning any faucet meant nothing happened. Our pipes had burst during a really bad freeze last winter, and my parents kept saying they'd fix it. Next week, they'd say. Once we get the money together. Next week turned into next month, then 3 months, then almost a year. The worst part wasn't even the obvious stuff. It was the little things nobody thinks about, like flushing the toilet. You can't just push the handle when there's no water. I had to fill a bucket from the gas station down the street, pour it into the toilet tank, then flush. Every single time. My little sister Kayla would forget sometimes and just go, leaving me to deal with it later. Showers were basically impossible. I'd use baby wipes most days, trying to clean myself in my bedroom before school. Other kids would joke about shower thoughts, and I'd just nod along, knowing I hadn't actually showered in weeks. Sometimes I'd go to the school gym early and use their showers, but that meant explaining why I was there at 6:30 a.m. when practice didn't start till 3. The bullying started in October. This kid Trevor noticed first. "Dude, do you even shower?" he said loud enough for half the cafeteria to hear. Everyone laughed. I wanted to disappear. After that, I started sitting in the back of every class, avoiding group projects, skipping gym whenever possible. Teachers thought I was lazy or antisocial. Really, I was just humiliated. Summer was the absolute worst. No air conditioning meant we were all sweating constantly, but I couldn't cool off like normal people. Drinking water became this whole thing. I'd sneak into public restrooms just to fill old plastic bottles. At the corner store, I'd pretend to buy a soda but fill the cup with tap water instead. The guy behind the counter definitely knew what I was doing but never said anything. My friend Jake invited me over a few times. I always made excuses. How do you explain that you can't invite him back because your house doesn't have water? He'd be like, "Just grab a drink from the fridge." And I'd have to explain that we don't keep drinks because we can't wash the cups after. Laundry was another nightmare. We'd take everything to the laundromat once a week, but that costs money we didn't have most of the time. I wore the same jeans for 2 weeks straight once. Same shirt for 4 days. Kids at school definitely noticed. The breaking point was when Mrs. Kelly, our neighbor, caught me filling buckets from her garden hose at like midnight. She didn't yell or anything, just looked really sad and asked if everything was okay at home. I lied and said our water was temporarily shut off for repairs. She nodded, but I could tell she didn't believe me. 2 days later, there was a knock on our door. Social services. Mrs. Kelly had called them. My parents tried to explain it was just a temporary thing, that they were handling it, but when the lady saw our bathroom situation and the buckets everywhere, she wasn't having it. They moved me and Kayla to temporary housing that same week. First night there, I walked into the bathroom and turned on the faucet just to watch the water come out. Clear, clean water that never stopped flowing. I stood there for like 10 minutes just watching it. Kayla thought I was being weird, but I couldn't explain that this was the first time in almost a year I'd seen water come out of a tap in my own home. The first real shower I took, I stayed in there for 30 minutes. Hot water running down my back, soap that actually lathered up, shampoo that didn't come from a tiny bottle. I cried a little bit, not gonna lie. When I got out, I looked in the mirror and realized I looked like a completely different person. Clean hair, clean skin, no more weird smell following me around.